In just 6 seasons, Donald McCain has developed his Cheshire-based stables into one of the most powerful and dynamic yards in the country. He's already won the Grand National, trained 6 Cheltenham Festival winners, and for the 2nd year running, finished 3rd in the Trainers' Championship. McCain's success has meant there's more young horses coming through the ranks, and with plenty of stable stars still going strong, the team at Bank House has a lot to look forward to. Former Neptune investment winner Pedlar's Cross was set to make a huge impact over fences last season, but after 2 wins at Bangor, he never looked comfortable over the larger obstacles, so McCain is changing tack.
I still don't think we've really got to the bottom of it. The first 2 ones were grand, we were very happy. He jumped neatly, correctly, he did everything fine. What we hadn't seen him have to do was sort of really reach for a fence and do things at the top level. And I don't think we found that out at Kempton, because he hit the first very hard and then was never really happy. And it was a bit of a recovery mission after then, and he wasn't right for quite a while. And although we got him back to his work being as good as ever before Cheltenham, it just wasn't maybe the real Pedlar's Cross. Now, we'd had a good talk about it before Cheltenham, what we were going to do, and we decided the one common denominator that had changed was the fact that we were jumping fences, and as it stands at the moment, we're going to go back over hurdles. Probably starting in the Ascot hurdle over 2.5, and that will help us decide whether we step up in trip or come back in trip. Probably with a view to stepping up in trip at this stage, but the racing will tell us, you know. And the one thing that's never changed and is a constant with Pedlar's Cross is the work is as good as ever. You know, so I'm hoping it's just a case he's a happier horse over hurdles.
Is he your best horse at home? He's very flamboyant.
Oh yeah, by far. Yeah, I mean, he's done things at home that I didn't expect too many national hunt horses to do. Not that we work them that way, but just happened across some sparkling gallops, and that's never changed. You know, he's a horse with a huge amount of natural ability.
Seen plenty of speedy horses that stay well and jump way over hurdles and have landed world hurdle prizes in the form of big bucks. I mean, could he be a horse that, by the sounds of things, you went down that?
He could, of course he could. Yeah, I mean, obviously Big Bucks is a great champion, but you know, he won the Neptune as a novice, which was 2.5, is it, whatever. So he gives you every impression that he could stay, and all he was doing that day was staying. He seems to have relaxed a bit through last season as well. So if you ask me now, that's probably the preferred route.
Preferred route, rather than sort of toy with the idea of sticking with fences and going up in trip over those. But
no, I would say that's the preferred route at the moment, and then we'll see. Obviously, everybody knows who the benchmark is in those types of races, but take him away, it's maybe not the strongest division, you know. So we'll see where we stand, but we'll probably be starting off at Ascot.
McCain has come close to winning a champion hurdle twice with Pedlar's Cross and Overturn. Cinders and Ashes could be the horse to go one better, having been a very impressive winner of the 2012 Supreme Novice.
Yeah, he seems to have improved every year. He's a weak horse at the end of his bumpy year, and he was a different horse last year, and he seems a stronger horse again. You know, he was exceptionally good at Cheltenham. I did keep saying to people that he was going to be a better horse on better ground, but nobody really believed me. You know, I ran him on bad ground because it was a route that I knew at Haydock and so on, rather than actually playing to his strengths. And he showed at Cheltenham he's a very good horse, and I think it's maybe been slightly overlooked how impressive he was at Cheltenham, because we'd planned not to hit the front till just after the last. He got there a little bit soon and then missed the last because of it, and still went away again and didn't seem to have a hard race, you know.
To be able to make that sort of move after the last flight is pretty incredible when you think of the pace and the hill.
Absolutely, yeah. But it was a hell of a performance, and the first thing Jason said to me was, this horse hasn't had a race, you know. So he could be very smart indeed, and we seem to have happened across a beautifully bred flat horse that's taken to this job, you know.
Having bagged valuable prizes on the flat and then almost all of the top 2-mile hurdle events, Overturn's changing codes once again and heads a solid team of novices for fencing.
He's had a couple of schools, and the schooling's been superb. You know, he's taken to it really well. So that's the plan. It's another notch on his bedpost, if you like. He's the most enthusiastic little horse. I tried to give him a longer holiday than he's had, and he wasn't having a bar of it, so he's in fast work now, and we'll kick on fairly soon, and at the moment, if things carry on the way they are, that will be over fences.
Duperduti's a lovely horse who we will see tackling the larger obstacles this season, and last we saw him just behind Simon Sig, but he put up a good performance.
Yeah, it was a little frustrating. I don't for 1 minute think we were going to get near beating Simon Sig, but I would love to have seen, if it wasn't for that mistake at the second last, how far he actually got, because he is a horse that finds plenty off the bridle, and you know, he was going with him. Obviously Barry Ganthy was playing with him a little bit, but I just wanted to see where we stood, you know, and we never really found out, because he did well to stay on his feet and did well to hang on for second. He will be going novice chase, and he's built like a chaser, and could be a very exciting novice chaser.
Like Overturn, Ile de Ré won the Chester Cup and the Northumberland Plate, and looks very well handicapped for his campaign over hurdles.
He seems very well handicapped on what he's done, if he's the same horse over hurdles. So if we can sneak in one of those big handicaps, you'd have to be very hopeful. He had a break after he was very tired after Newcastle. The ground was real testing that day, so we gave him a good break, him and Overturn at the same time actually, and he's come back now. He started fast work, and we're very happy with him. Yeah, he's grand and he's working well. Obviously it's not a handicap, and whether it was just that those two big soft ground staying handicaps played right into his hands because he coped with conditions, we'll find out down there, but owners are keen to go, and there's no reason not to, and if it does nothing else, it'll get him ready for the other job.
And you never know, it might keep raining till then.
Absolutely, yeah, and he is very effective in those conditions, so we'll see, but I would be lying if I said I haven't got my eyes on the hurdling campaign, you know.
Ballard Briggs, we looked at him today, he looks spectacular. I mean, he's a huge horse who's got real presence. He's a horse that you said in the past you've never had any problems, obviously a former winner of the Grand National, but the Grand National just gone, he got very worked up, as did many others, because of the chaos at the start. Absolutely,
yeah, and I think that cost him his chance of winning. It's easy to say. He's not a horse. We've had him, well, he's 11 now, and we've had him since a 4-year-old, and I've never seen him break sweat in all the time I've had him. And he got into a terrible tiz before the start of the National. Look, he was trained for that day, and he was ready for that day. And I do think with nearly 12 stone or whatever he had, it all just got to him, and he still then went there with his chance down to the second last. But from going to the last, he was a tired horse, and I don't think the preliminaries could have helped.
Where will we see him then? Because I know he was customary. We've seen him at Kelso, haven't we? In his.
Yeah, well, that just fits in. I've sent 2 or 3 up for that race, and timing-wise, it fits in well, and it'll probably be that he'll go back up there again. What we will do this year, I would expect him to run a bit more before then. He only had the 1 run last year.
Why is that?
Well, we couldn't, unless you were being completely dishonest, which we're not.
His mark.
He could have gone up again, and he was going to carry top weight pretty much anyway. So you know that it just made it quite difficult. So I had to wait for the weights to come out. Nothing to lose this time now. He may go to the Beecher Chase, he may go to the Betfair Chase, possibly one of those sort of things. We'll play that beer, but we'll get a bit more racing into him this time. He's 11 coming up 12, but Ambley won a national when he was 12, and I don't see why he can't win another one.